The father of Parkland shooting victim Metabolic filing a wrongful death suit and slamming the Florida deputy for his actions. What did you make of that argument that he was confused or thought the shooting was coming from outside?
That's an outright lie, because in the investigation, they have him on the radio saying the shots are coming from the 1200 building. So he backtracked after he found out they had video, and they have him recording, talking over the radio to the other officers about the shots.
All right, that's one of the first big class action suits filed by a relative family member, in this case a parent of someone who was killed in that attack. His daughter was shot 6 times protecting another student who was also shot and killed. Since then, as you know, students nationwide have been protesting across the country, urging safer gun laws or tightening the ones we have. But Will Riley is organizing something a little bit different, stressing that guns aren't the problem. There are other things that should be addressed, and stomping on the Second Amendment isn't one of them. He's going to be part of a nationwide walkout later on tonight to stress that point. Will Riley, very good to have you. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Why are you doing this?
We really just wanted to, give a voice to the other side of this issue. We don't want to take away from anything that, the students at Parkland are saying. We just think it's important that, people see that there are 2 sides to this generation, though you may not know that if you've just been watching the mainstream media.
Now, how many do you think, and I know you put this in your state, but how many do you think will be marching tonight?
Well, I can't exactly say how many people are going to walk out, but I can say that our most recent numbers of how many schools have registered, it's around 500, and we do expect schools that have not officially registered with us to participate. I know a lot of them were slated for 10 a.m. across the country, so some have already participated, especially on the East Coast.
You know, a lot of these, as you know, Will, the protests that have happened and the marches that have happened are almost universally about reining in guns, or who gets guns, and what age you have to get guns. You're not a fan of that.
No, absolutely not. I think that, really when we were spurred to action, myself and some of my friends, it was because we saw that our generation was being characterized as an anti-gun generation, and we saw that emboldened former Supreme Court Justice Stevens to come out and call for the full repeal of the Second Amendment. And, myself, I'm not a gun owner. I'm not a hunter. This is something that for me is about rights. And, it's about the constitutional protections of those rights. And I think it's very important that we don't set the precedent that human rights are subject to majority vote.
All right, so in Florida, what they did, well, to try to raise the age for someone to get their hands, let's say, on an AR-15 from 18 to 21, how do you feel about that?
Well, I do think that's a slippery slope. It's again a dangerous precedent to set. That something that we have ruled to be a natural right is now going to be restricted from people that we have ruled to be voting adults, people that can go fight in the military, and yet they are not able to own a firearm to defend their country as their Second Amendment right entails. Do
some of your friends feel that you're marching on the wrong cause, or do they go after you or zing you because of what you're stating on the Second Amendment?
The majority of my peers have been very supportive. I think, there are a lot of my peers that do disagree with me, but I haven't actually had much flack from them. There has been much more flack from adults who don't like this.
Is that right?
From either side of the issue. We get a lot of concerns that why are you doing a walkout? Isn't education important? And, to that I would say we are exposing a very important problem, which is viewpoint discrimination in schools across America. Schools around the country and school districts, they encourage students to walk out against guns, but now they're punishing students for walking out for guns. So I think that's an important thing to draw attention to.
How old are you, Will?
I'm 18.
An amazing young man. All right, thank you very much. Very good catching up with you. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Will Riley, he has just as much a right to do what he's doing as these other groups are for what they're doing. We've spoken to all sides, and we will continue to.